Hi, my name is James Hornsby, and the producer I chose for my podcast is a man that goes by the name Johnny Karkazis. Well, he's actually known as Johnny K. Johnny K is a producer, engineer, mixer, musician, songwriter, anything with music. I mean, he does it, and he's actually out of Chicago. He owns Groove Master Studios in Chicago, and I had never even heard of him, but from his client list, you'd think I would have, because I mean, pretty much all the people he's worked with are people that I really enjoy listening to. But first time I ever learned of Johnny K was in public speaking, and my friend George was doing a project about him, and he told me about him and how he produced Disturbed, which is like one of his favorite bands, and as it's one of my favorite bands too. Well, so I decided to go check him out, and I mean he's worked with Stained, Plain White T's, Seven Dust, Kill Hannah, Pop Evil, Adelita's Way, Disturbed, Three Doors Down. I mean, just the list goes on, and it's all these, I don't want to say like pop, but I mean like pop rock, but I mean it is a lot of popular rock bands that I grew up listening to and that I still really enjoy listening to. So, one of the things that I think is one of his traits as a producer, and he engineers a lot, is like he always captures such a good and maintains that good guitar sound throughout the entire recording, mixing, and mastering process. Like every one of like those bands, if you think to like their guitars, there's a lot of distorted guitars, and a lot of them like Seven Dust and Disturbed and Finger 11 and Pop Evil and stuff, but it's always out front in the mix, but it's always so clean, like it's right in your face. And I don't know what he's using I looked, but I can't find out what he's using to do that. But I mean, as an aspiring producer, I mean, it's good to learn what other people are doing. But man, his like the way, I don't know, like all of his mixes punch, and they all seem so clean. But you know, there's not just a 4-piece, there's not just drums, bass, guitar. I mean, there's a lot going on in a lot of these productions, and it's amazing how he's able to divide the frequencies, I guess, just to make sure everything stays so fit and together and doesn't muddy up. I think it's amazing. And I was looking in his studio, and he prides himself on, he actually has an old Cadillac in part of the mixing room, just a full-out Cadillac that he'll take his mix and go sit in either the front seat or the back seat, just so he can kind of sonically hear what his mix is going to do in a car. And I think that really goes to show like what he knows and what his dedication is to a good mix, because a lot of people, you know, nowadays listen in just earbuds. And so like as mixers, we have to keep in mind that that's what most of our demographic is that we're trying to get our music out to. They're listening to earbuds. So you have to mix to that, and also we listen to a lot of music in the car, so I mean, why not just put a car in your mixing room, and every time you're done with your mix, bounce it down, go put it in a CD player, turn it up, and just sit in the car for 5 minutes and listen to that song. And then if the bass is a little heavy in there, just go take it down a little bit, retry. I mean, it really goes to show that he knows what he's doing, and he knows his audience, like the people that he's trying to get his music out to, he knows what they're listening to. So I think it's amazing. And I think it's one of those things that a lot of people haven't caught on to yet, or they are, but they're not executing it to their best ability. And he really is, and it goes to show. I mean, look at his clients and look at his studio. I mean, you can just go check it out. It's amazing. I think it's like 40,000 plus square foot. I mean, it has like a gymnasium and a lounge and hot tubs and everything. I mean, it's just decked out, and it's because he's not just some wannabe producer or engineer. I mean, he really knows his stuff, and he's inspiring me to want to learn more and mix better. And that's he was even nominated for Producer of the Year for the 51st Grammy ceremony. So I mean, he's well known in the music industry, and he's probably only going to get more popular. So I mean, he'll be one of those producers that I'll like to continue to follow their career and see what happens, and maybe try to base my career choices to hopefully one day be as successful as he was. So Johnny K, he's my producer for this podcast, and you should really go check him out. Thanks.